Welcome to Dudes Are Us.
Now let's start the show.
Hell yeah. The sound of a loud keyboard means Paul's on this one.
Means we're here. We're all here this time.
Full squad.
That's right.
It's nasty time.
It's nasty time.
Super nasty. Hell yeah. What else is going down?
I think Iran's still bombing Israel right now.
Okay.
I thought that we would have had a resolution by now, because I think they started doing that. We're recording on a Wednesday. I think it's been like a week now, but
it's all over, right?
Unironically, like probably as close as we've ever been to some. Actually, that's a lie. Closest we've ever been to World War III, probably not, because like there's no way.
Yeah. No one's.
There's no way anyone in America is down with a war for Israel. They can figure their own shit out, I think.
Shut up, you fucking goy.
Oh shit.
They can each defend, Iran can defend itself, Israel can defend itself. If and until Iran, attacks us. And it's got to be a good attack. It can't be like they fucking hit our Air Force base in Pakistan. You'd be like, Pakistan was pretty fucked up anyway. You kind of knew what you were signing up for being in Pakistan.
Mm-hmm.
It's not something here. I don't think anyone's gonna be all that excited about.
Yeah,
that.
Whatever. Fuck Iran, right, guys?
Fuck
them both, dude. Fuck the Middle East.
Yeah, fuck the Middle East.
God, imagine never having to hear about that place again.
Yeah, guys, we have a huge episode today with Karen Reed not being found guilty. We have Shane Gillis is on this episode. He's in the background. He'll probably pop on throughout the episode. So just make sure you listen to the whole thing.
Yeah.
But he is featured. He joined the fourth mic. He'll be guest appearing throughout
he's got a just getting
tour schedule, but he'll be
he's getting a Coors Light right now. He'll be on in a sec.
Whoa, Bud Light, dude. He's sponsored by Bud Light.
He'll be on throughout the app here.
So yeah. The state spent
not guilty.
Probably easily $5 million. Potentially more. Convicting Karen Reed of an OUI.
She was found guilty of OUI, not guilty of being Jewish in the act of a crime.
Correct.
You are not Jewish, ma'am. We find the defendant not guilty of being Jewish.
Oy vey.
OUI, am I right?
OUI.
That's what the OUI is, actually. It's oi.
Oi.
But yeah, no, she got away with killing her fat gay husband or boyfriend or whatever. With her Explorer,
With her Lexus,
her Lexus. Yes,
her
exactly.
white Lexus. So that's pretty good. The courthouse is by my gym, so I went down there around 2:00 today.
Yep.
I had a system, which
What
is
was it?
that the Massachusetts State Police had like 10 troopers in a Panera parking lot by outside my gym every day this week since Monday, and they just chilled there all day. Sitting on their motorcycles and eating Panera.
Yuck.
And they didn't ever leave or they got there, I don't know when they got there. I never got there that early, but they'd leave around the time that court was whatever they call it, adjourned. But today I saw them all leave all at the same time around like 2:15. And I was like, oh, and the news wasn't saying anything yet. The news was like, the jury's still deliberating. Brr.
Yeah.
But they left, so I was like, ooh, they know there's a verdict. They got called in to maintain security for when the verdict is called. So I left the gym, walked to the courthouse. While I was walking there, they announced the verdict, and then when I got there, defense hadn't come out yet. And walked down the stairs, everyone fucking went nuts. And that was that. Historic day. Historic day for Massachusetts. Never felt more out of place in a crowd. It was, I would say, 90% like 45-year-old plus blonde South Shore housewives. But yeah, that was that. Very interesting crowd. You can't really pick your supporters. I have to imagine Karen Reed is a little bit like, fuck. This is like you could have taken the entire crowd outside of her trial every day. People who have gathered on High Street and Dedham every day for the last 3 months. You could put them all in a Margaritaville.
Correct.
And it would, like, there would be no distinguishing between the two.
Does her crowd looks exactly like her? What they would do? They would all do the same crime that she did, basically.
Oh, dude. First of all, it's not. There was people like who brought flasks and like bottles of champagne and shit who when they announced the verdict, like started drinking.
Oh God.
Which for, frankly, she shouldn't have been charged with an OUI because she put up with enough shit. But I get that they needed like a little bit of meat, so fine.
Mm-hmm.
But
hey, she needed a little bit of meat. Am I right?
That's right.
Oh,
not
guilty of being Jewish.
Hold on.
Flat butt.
But I think the funniest thing to do at an OUI sentencing is to pop champagne. So that was pretty great.
Yeah, it's like a heroin sentencing. If everybody just started lighting up like the filter end of a cigarette.
Mm-hmm. Karen, we love you.
Fucking Karen. Love you, Karen. We're so happy you're not fucking Jewish and shit. Hell yeah, happy for you. We're fucking super happy.
Like, she gets to
get wasted tonight.
She's for sure already blackout drunk. Paul, before we started recording, Paul and I were joking she's gonna drive. She's gonna fucking
run over someone else.
Driving accident.
She's gonna back into her lawyer.
Oh my God.
yeah, she gets to be a normal person again, technically.
Not really.
Like she can, I mean, never again, but she can go to like the grocery store theoretically, but forever. And like civilized people will just leer across an aisle at her and be like, "Is that fucking Karen Reed? Holy shit!" And like text their friends and be like, I think Karen Reed is at the same market basket as me right now." But the people who are outside the courthouse are going to be the ones who like run up to her and bother her while she's deciding which flavor of Triscuits to buy.
Yeah, she better not let me catch her at a Big Y.
Karen,
Yeah,
Karen,
I'm gonna ask her to sign stuff.
I was outside the courthouse every day for you. I love you.
I'm gonna show up with a broken tail light and ask her to sign it.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm gonna show up with a kippa and ask her to sign it.
Like,
Karen, I fucking love you. I'm so happy you didn't get convicted of being a Jewish person. That's so fucked. She's like, what? Okay.
the other funny thing is like the amount of like throwaway minor celebrities exist in a thing like that. Like people like the random guy who's been doing the court TV coverage, and people were like, "Oh my god, it's Jack Blur." He's like taking pictures with him, and like they're like some woman had him like sign her hoodie. I was like, "What are you gonna do with that? You're gonna show people the signature of and be like, oh yeah, that's the guy who did court TV during Karen Reed's trial. You don't know who that is?" And then so many people who are just live streaming the whole thing outside, like you just see people walking by and be like, yeah, so like, all right, I'm just like walking through the crowd again. Yeah, they're like still deliberating. So like, this is nuts. There's like probably 1,000 people here, but just like that the whole day, and presumably have been doing that for months. And that's like, I don't know. What do you like? You and your like 103 followers?
Yeah, I'm in
Like,
like the capital, like the gay guy town. I don't know where the fuck what town this is, but there's a ton of gay guys that live here and reside here only. And Karen Reed, hopefully she's not guilty.
basically,
You see Turtle Boy? Did
I did see Turtle Boy.
you say what's up to him? Tell him you better not catch him and dead him again.
Yeah. That I mean, obviously, to some extent, he makes the most sense for being a minor celebrity because he like got charged with a crime and stuff. But yeah, there was definitely like a sense of like he would show up and people would be like, "Oh my god, that's Turtle Boy, that's Aiden Canny."
Yeah, they don't have Shane Gillis though on their podcast.
Oh yeah, Shane.
Hey, you want to say something?
No, Shane.
He's busy. He just walked out of the room.
Yeah, I think he's going
on
to
the
the bathroom.
podcast though. You have to put that in the podcast title featuring Shane Gillis.
All right. Yeah. I'll do that. I don't think that's illegal or anything.
No, it's not. It's fine, dude. We need to draw a crowd.
Brought me some steak tacos.
So yeah,
steak tacos from the taco truck.
I don't think the problem with Karen Reed is she. At the end of the day, her boyfriend is dead, and she does not give a fuck. There's no remorse out of her about killing her boyfriend.
I definitely like changes your. I feel like changes your perspective on that kind of thing. Yeah, just for how long. So everyone's going nuts outside the courthouse. She walks out to like the like podium of microphones, which whoever set that up, fuck them, because they set it up right in front of the steps. So she had to like lean down to talk into the microphone. So if you watch a video of it, it's actually kind of funny because she's like not a tall person, but she's like up 3 steps from where the microphones are. So she's still like leaning. But anyway, everyone's going nuts. She is also like they're not going to let her stand there for 20 minutes talking. Like the police are like trying to move things along because they've closed the streets down and everything. She's got 15 seconds to make a statement. She says, I just want to say I couldn't have done this without everyone here who's supporting me. And also, no one did more to find justice for John O'Keefe than I did. No one did more than me.
She's
And
like
then he
Trump.
goes, thank you. But no,
No one's more Jewish than me. I'm
Yeah.
most Jewish.
We're trying to figure out. We're trying to find the guy who did this.
yeah, like whatever. I get that it's hard to how in that moment, what do you say? And I don't, who knows if she thought about it beforehand, but I was like, that was weird. That was a weird.
I did have
way
the
to-
thought of when she did come out of the doors, if she hit the Trump YMCA song coming out would be fucking hot fire.
Oh yeah.
She starts doing the dance.
Honestly, they would have gone nuts. The other thing, which again absolutely fits with my prior statement of you could take that entire crowd, put them in Hawaiian shirts and put them in a Margaritaville and it would fit in perfectly, is the number of MAGA hats and people with Trump tattoos and t-shirts and stuff.
They're on the same side?
At least 50% of the crowd was overtly pro-Trump. Like
They're on the same side? No
like
way.
wore the hats or something. And then so you have to figure some of the other half of the crowd who aren't wearing the hats or aren't wearing. Yes, it was I was shocked to see how many like wore the MAGA hat or wore the Trump t-shirt people were in that crowd.
No
yeah, it was
way.
nuts.
That's
She
Oh,
absolutely
no, dude.
She could have walked out to the YMCA team and I think that crowd still would have gone nuts.
That would have been fucking awesome if she hit that, dude. Young man.
And then the other thing is a lot of these fucking idiots, like the guy from what is that fucking Netflix documentary with the tigers?
Joe Exotic.
Joe Exotic, who like decided to become Trump people because they wanted a pardon.
Yes.
If she had gotten convicted, I totally could have seen her.
Totally.
Well, you get convicted, you realize half your supporters are Trump people anyway. So then you're like, I'm calling on President Trump to pardon me.
Surprisingly, it just worked for my favorite reality TV family. The Todd and Julie Crisley got pardoned like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, that was
sentenced to 12 and 7 years for stealing like $23 million.
Yeah. Absolutely crazy because it literally
bank statements and getting loan after loan.
Yes. There's like no disputing that they did that. It's just, and I know there's a big old stack of people who have requested pardons from the president, many of whom are way more deserving, but just way less famous. Like every time they, prior to Trump anyway, every time a president would do like a round of pardons, and it would be like Darius Tarnell was imprisoned in 1945 of the rape of every girl in his town.
Yes.
He was convicted when a 6-year-old girl pointed to him and said him, and found unanimously guilty for 7 consecutive life sentences, and like DNA evidence exonerated him 40 years ago, but no one cared. So he's been in prison since, and the president's like, I have pardoned him. Everyone's like, oh, that's so brave. And they're like, how did this not get fixed sooner? I know there's a stack of those on his desk.
Oh yeah, hundreds and thousands
that he's like that are just so boring to him. But it's like the Crisleys when they're like, Trump, we need you.
Trump, please, we send our last dollars to you on their campaign trail. And then he hit the Crisleys, and then he's gonna be like, Darnell Milkshake, LeBron James, we're not gonna do you this time, but Derek Chauvin, you're pardoned.
Yes.
We're
Like
gonna give
sometimes,
Derek Chauvin another chance. He's actually head of director of police for the entire government now.
yeah. There's actually not a limit on how many people you can pardon, sir. You could pardon all of them. I'm like,
Sir,
no.
you could pardon Darnell Milkshake LeBron James if you really could. I mean, there's DNA evidence proving that he didn't do it.
Oh, my pen's out of ink. Oh, I would
That's-
sign it, but my
That's gay.
the pen's out of ink. What can you do?
That's too
They
gay.
don't make these pens like they used to. The pens you can only sign 5 pardons, and then the pen's out of ink. Nothing I can do.
Derek Chauvin, I loved him. Loved him. Great guy. Maroon 5. Very good guy.
How do you think that cop who called her a whack job cunt said he wished she would kill herself is feeling right now?
He's he did an interview on what is it, 2020? He did an interview.
No
I didn't
way.
watch it. I didn't have time to watch it before this, but yeah, they interviewed him tonight, so I'm
Oh my God, that's awesome.
very curious.
She's a babe. Weird Fall River
didn't-
accent,
yeah.
bro.
Yeah,
No
she's,
ass.
still, Nancy Reagan, whatever your name is. She's still a stupid bitch. She's definitely guilty.
Super weird that they got that, like the news got him in for an interview when he wasn't called in as a witness. Like, be like, so what do you what do you have to say for yourself now? And he's like, yeah, that was a joke. I'm not a bad guy.
Oh, he's
You-
wicked fat now.
No
yeah,
way.
he's
Is that
been,
the guy
he's
that
been
was,
eating well.
that got fired?
Yeah.
Yes, Michael
What's his-
Proctor.
No way.
Yeah, he's so fat now.
I gotta see how fat he is.
He's been eating his feelings for sure.
Compared to what he looked like when he was reading the text.
Holy shit. He's damn, he's cooked.
He's wicked red in this 2020
He's been drinking every
interview.
single
That's what I
day.
was gonna say. It looks like he's been drinking nonstop.
Every day he's been crushing fucking booze. Good
Fuck,
God.
if I could just hit Karen, fuck.
I'll fucking kick her ass.
Just a fucking whack job cunt. Fuck,
She wasn't
no
from
ass.
Fall River. I'd fucking beat the shit out of her. Damn. She's home. Glad she's home, even though she's been home this whole time. It's funny to say stuff. Glad my girl's free finally. Fuck the system.
Yep.
Right in time for Juneteenth too.
Yeah.
She's definitely going to be celebrating.
I think that had something to do with it because court would have been out tomorrow.
True.
They were
Great
like,
point.
and they wouldn't have had a holiday and then come back on a Friday. So it would have been like, hey guys, make up your fucking mind now, or you can't get back to your life till Monday. And they were like, fine, not guilty. We figured it out because they were having problems all week.
True. Jesus Christmas. I can't imagine what she's up to tonight. I should have got involved in that party somehow.
Mm.
So I'm like, what's going on? What's going on here? Whoa. She's definitely driving drunk in the next 2 to 3 months.
Oh yeah,
Got to call an Uber.
Uber. Although if you have any takeaway from this case, every cop drives drunk
Yes,
all the time.
it is pretty
course, dude.
crazy.
Of course.
And not even like, I'm not saying you should ever drive drunk, but not even in a like, I'm just leaving the bar and going straight home, and I'm gonna take the back roads, or I'm gonna take the highway because like whatever, I'm good at driving that way. They drive drunk like from one bar to another, and then
Yeah.
from that bar to someone's house, and then from that person's house to the police station, and then from the police station back to that person's house, and then from that person's house home. They drive drunk like 6 times in one night, all the time. So, I
So
don't
who
really have
killed Fat John Keefe? That's the question. Jerry.
yeah, I think I have theories. Theory
What's the
number
one
one,
that everybody thinks?
I would say the people at the courthouse think that he went
Dog
inside.
did it.
Yeah, they think that he went inside the house. They think that he went inside the side door of the house that leads into the garage. Inside the garage was the Albert's dog, who's like a former police dog, German Shepherd, that isn't good with people, that like has been known to bite people. So he goes into the house through the side door into the garage where they're keeping the unfriendly dog. The unfriendly dog like lunges at him and bites his arm because he had dog bites on his arm. And he falls backwards and like smacks the back of his head on the concrete
Oh
stairs in
my
the garage.
god.
And then at some point they found him, probably like right away because they heard the dog going nuts. They find him. He's extremely dead. And they're like, shit, this looks bad. And they toss him in the yard.
Oh my god.
That's
Oh
what
my god.
that's what they think happened this year. Last year they thought he went into the basement of the house, and then Colin Albert, who is the homeowner's like young son, like punched him or something.
What the
And then
fuck?
like $1 million babied him, basically. Like punched him and he fell over and hit his head and died. More or less the same. They just replaced Colin Albert with a, because the judge said they weren't allowed to mention his name this trial. So
Okay.
they just replaced him with a dog. I don't know why nobody has put forth the theory. What if he was just like walking to the side yard to take a piss and slipped and hit his fucking head on a rock or something and just died? Like no one
True.
went to like this was a freak accident because that
True.
was like a snowy night. He was drunk as shit. The ground was frozen. Just be like, yeah, maybe he fucking slipped and hit his head. That shit happens every time it snows.
True.
Um, so that's a theory. Also, she probably hit him.
You
She
think
probably hit
so?
him. She probably hit him a little bit.
That's the original theory. He came outside to go into the car or something and she just backed into him.
She dropped him
Uh,
off and backed into him.
I see
yeah,
that kind of rules too.
yeah. I think she like let him out. Or so here's the thing. He was so the story that they had is that he was gonna they went to the house and then she decided she didn't want to go to the party anymore. And he was gonna go inside, like say hi to everyone and then tell them like, hey, Karen doesn't want to come. I'm gonna leave. So he was supposed to like pop in, pop out. I'm only being there for like max 10 minutes. And then they were gonna leave together and go back to his house. So yeah, potentially like she pulls over at the house, he gets out, and then like drunk time warp. 3 minutes could be an hour could be 15 seconds. He's just like tying his shoe on the back bumper or something. And she thinks like, oh, he's been in there for like 30 minutes. He's not coming out. And like backs up and he's like standing there or something to that effect. I don't know though. You'd know if you fucking hit a person. If you're drunken, if you're capable of driving enough that you like you're not just like swerving all over the road and running into parked cars and shit. You have enough wherewithal to know like, oh shit, I think I just ran over a guy. I believe that.
Just a dog biting the shit out of him. Look at that in the background.
I mean, that's the thing. It's like, he did have dog bites on his arm though. So like, it can't just be that she hit him. It's so fucked up because like, like there's never anything, like in a trial or whatever, like there's not new things. It's like, we've done this before. Like,
And they got rid of the dog, you said, right?
yeah, they rehomed the dog. And then even the person they gave the dog away to gave the dog away again.
Oh my god.
So yeah,
This
that dog
dog's fucked
immediately
up.
started biting people. But like, so like they have all these experts come in and during the trial who are like, oh, like a dog did this or like a car did this or whatever. And then, they get cross-examined and the lawyers are like, how many other trials have you dealt with like this? And they're like, 1,000. They're like, well, how sure are you? And they're like, I'm absolutely sure. But then they're like, how many trials or how many times have you dealt with a dog bite where you didn't already know that it was a dog bite? Or like, how many times have you dealt with a case involving somebody being hit by a car where we don't actually know if they were hit by a car? Like, there's no video, there's no eyewitness, and they're like 0. Like, genuinely a situation where no one either nobody saw anything or nobody who saw anything was willing to speak, and they're just like, and you're literally just like making shit up.
Yes.
Like these like medical experts who have been like, I've done 4,000 autopsies. And like, how many times have you autopsied a person where you don't know how, like where they're alleged to be hit by a car, but there's no, like video, and they're like 0 times. Like doesn't happen. It's a very weird case.
Never happens.
Never happens.
What did she do when she found out she was not guilty? Did she jump up and down?
She like cried and then hugged everyone, hugged her defense team.
Okay.
Like
That's
at the
fair.
moment the verdict was read, she like cried and then hugged everyone, like the people standing next to her, which was like her lawyers and then her parents, and she was like in there for like over a half hour. So I'm assuming you probably have to sign. There's probably more paperwork than you realize to be like found not guilty.
What's the inside of the hand gesture that she did when she came out? Is that some people are saying it's some type of right wing Nazi
Yeah, it means
gang that she's involved in?
yeah, it means yeah, you got it right. It means death to Israel. Yeah.
What do you think of the what if she did do it and she knew she did it and then all of these people celebrating that she's not guilty?
I think that's possible.
Like Jesus Christ.
Like if she's just like a really like she's like if she's like a really good actor and or a sociopath. Like yeah, I think if that's the case, uh yeah, you kind of have to like believe your own lie, right? Like you just convince yourself,
Yes.
Like I don't know, that shit happens, I guess.
Okay.
I had 2 managers when I worked at Urban Outfitters who faked like serious injuries just to get to go on vacation.
Hmm.
So some people are just, I'm not saying they're the same as murdering someone, but I could never pretend to have cancer just to like get out of work. And I know 2 people who have done that.
Yes. Perfect.
Yo, Tony Michael Jones, worker's gonna work, baby. Worker's
Holy
gonna work. I'm
shit.
down here with my sign. I'm holding the sign. Worker's gonna work, baby. Got my big swiggy. Worker's gonna work. That's going to be Karen Reed's new motto: "Workers going to work."
I do wonder
She
what her
better-
next thing is.
Make a Netflix documentary and get rich over the death of her boyfriend.
She'll definitely do that. She'll definitely do some like book deal, documentary shit. Because I mean, if for no other reason that she's like at least $3 million in debt right now. So doing any of those things helps to pay. And then she's still getting sued civilly, which who the fuck knows? She could be found guilty in civil court because the standard of evidence is lower and end up owing the fucking O'Keefe family $10 million or something. Like, who the fuck knows?
How's she gonna pay her lawyers? Because I'm sure they owed like $40,000 billion right now.
So
Or
they
did that
did it.
shit pro bono.
Yeah, so you still have to obviously pay the experts and shit. Like she hired, like Arca charged them like 20 grand. I'm sure the other experts charged something. So she's probably in the hole a few $100,000 for like experts and hotels and shit. But the actual law firm, which would have been the most expensive thing, like just Alan Jackson, which is one of her three main lawyers, normally charges $2,500 an hour, and he was doing it for free.
Wow. He lucky he got her off.
Yes, in more ways than one.
As a fellow
It's a deep cut for everyone who knows the rumor that they're hooking up.
As a fellow Jew, Your Honor, my client, I can tell you, is not Jewish. Okay, we'll take that into consideration.
I
Thank you
mean,
very much.
honestly, look at that legal. Yannetti, Alessi, and Jackson.
Jackson's non-Jew.
None of them are. They're
I
Italians.
need all of you. I would have fired all of them and go, I need more Bergs and Mans, and
Yes.
that's it. All you guys are fired.
I don't know, dude. Italian lawyers out here hold some weight.
I mean, let's be real. What's the difference between Italians and Jews, actually?
That's
A
true.
lot of grease.
Yeah. Stomach issues and heart issues.
Pizza.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'd be torn. I guess that makes sense. I would put one Italian and then the rest, I guess, would be Jewish guys.
It's not a money thing, though, you know?
That's the problem, I guess. Maybe she was going to go all Jewish counsel, and they're like, we can't do a pro bono, honey. Sorry.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no way that we're doing pro bono. We don't even know what the fuck that means.
Pro whato?
Excuse me?
Maybe if you join the tribe, we could do something for you. But for the goy,
no,
you're out of luck.
She needed Larry David. Guy come in and make a play for her.
Adam Sandler come in, be all Jewish and stuff, dress in the Uncut Gems outfit and represent her.
Sing the Hanukkah song.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Vote not guilty.
Oh my God. She hit John with a car. Hit John with a car.
I can go deeper with that bit if I have time to think of lyrics.
Or yeah, I mean, classic Adam Sandler being a lawyer is pretty funny.
This is closing argument.
Your Honor,
Pulls out the acoustic guitar.
She did not hit him with the car. Your Honor. Oh man, he's just Uncut Gems from like the waist up, and then regular Adam Sandler waist down, just basketball shorts, huge crazy socks, and like Timberlands on. Oh man. Karen Reed, more like Karen and drive because she drove over that fucking idiot. Am I right? Karen Reed, more like Karen Red because of all the blood that came out of that guy's head when she ran him over.
Oh man,
You do one.
Karen Reed, more like Karen. Uh, Karen Greed because she killed her boyfriend so she could make a bunch of money on HBO documentaries.
Yes. Officer Proctor, more like Officer Faggot Fat Bitch. God
Oh
his
my
ass.
god. How that dude had any interest in reminding people that he existed
Oh
is
my
crazy to me.
God.
Why would you go on TV to be like, I'm not an asshole. Please forgive me.
George Floyd, more like George Noid. All right, guys.
Remember that? Remember the Noid?
That was a close
The,
one.
remember the Noid from Domino's?
Karen Reed's bitch ass. She's at Italy right now in Boston, probably. Somewhere hilarious. She's at Mike's Pastries right now, I bet.
Imagine if she fucks up her probation.
Oh my God. What's her probation? She can't run over anybody, or she's
Yeah, she can't. She's not allowed to drive drunk for a year.
stay away from the dogs. Do not go near any. Oh man, what if in 2 years she is back in a courtroom and everybody's like, Jesus Christ?
She's gonna do an OJ if I did it.
Yeah, she might. She might have the luck of the guy who pushed his wife down the staircase in that documentary. Who clearly pushed his wife down the staircase.
Oh, for sure. Yes.
And then some crazy shit happened. Oh
I've
my God.
I have like any man, I've certainly thought about pushing her down the staircase, but I didn't.
So there's a comically like blood impersonation on the wall of your wife's head hitting the wall after she got pushed down at 56 miles an hour down the staircase. I don't know how that happened. I have no idea how that happened. I didn't know how that happened.
Oh yeah, that I was.
Nice.
It's crazy. I like to hunt with my friends, and I was dragging a deer up the stairs so we could field dress it in the upstairs bedroom, and I dropped it halfway, and it just
In the
blood
third
everywhere.
floor, yeah, the third floor. It happened at the same exact time. You're in there. She should have brought the black Israelites out with her. Karen Reed, she is not guilty. These are all reparations.
We are the original Jews.
We came over here on the ships from Israel. One love.
Today's Jews are descendants of gypsies. They are not God's chosen people. We are.
I love how all the black Israelites are always wearing like the most deaf hats, the like short brimmed like army hats that those hip
Yes.
minded black guys wear.
Yes. Indie rap dudes.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Fidel Castro hats and over the ear headphones.
Yes, exactly. I've worked with one of those guys somewhere, and it's always the same stuff. Always this. They're all into the worst types of rap. It's insane. Sometimes they like Tech Nine. That's a big selling point.
Mm.
Don't ever talk to me again. Word, yo. One love. Word. What is it? Word is bond. Like,
Word is
shut
bond.
shut up.
Word is bond.
Have you heard the local, he's big out. You've definitely heard of him, Staircase Master 5. He really spits the truth, brother. Let me give you some of his stuff. It's just always the same shit. Either a black or white guy that raps the same exact way. He's like, in the sky, you think that's pigeons. It's not pigeons. It's on the sky. Motorized. It's the same shit every time. You're like, fucking kill myself. Listen to this shit. Like, yo, you gotta listen to the lyrics, though. You gotta listen to the lyrics on this. This is hot. This is different. This is gonna get your mind different. Those same guys are going home and drinking Mad Dog and smoking like 2 Black and Milds back to back, chain smoking 2 blacks, and they're out of their mind. Reciting the Bible. But they're all a little bit schizophrenic. Oh man.
All right. Did anyone actually watch any of his parade last week?
No, not at all. I've
I
been
put
trying to finish the Ocean Gate thing. How did it go?
true. Bad, I guess. I put a side by side on the Reddit because that was the only place I couldn't put it on Discord. Of I think the parade was the 70th. So the one that I put it next to, I think was the 70th anniversary of North Korea. So like, arguably, you could be like the 70th anniversary of a country is a bigger deal to them than the 250th anniversary of the army.
Yes.
Maybe you could argue that, but also like, I think like, one, the U.S. Army has way bigger like victories to celebrate than North Korea as a country has any like thing to actually celebrate. And also, I think probably like 20 million people live in North Korea. So like, like less than the amount of people that live in LA.
Yep.
So that's a lie. Maybe LA County. 2 LA counties, maybe. Anyway, in any event, my 2 cents, if you can't do a parade if you can't do a military parade that beats Kim Jong-un's 70th anniversary of Korea parade, just don't do it.
It's tough
We
to
didn't
do.
we don't do like America. If America had like a long tradition of doing parades, that would be one thing where everyone was like, we want a parade. We didn't do like a 200th anniversary of the Army parade 50 years ago because we don't do parades. We're not like a big, at least the government doesn't do parades. In
No.
America, parades are inherently gay. The gays own parades.
Yes. That's what I was
Even
say.
like the St. Patrick's Day parade or like your 4th of July parade, they're very gay.
Yes. Who does
That's
4th of
just
July parades?
is that on a thing?
Do that.
My hometown did 4th of July parades.
Okay.
Anyway, parades are for the gays. All parades. Irish heritage, gay. Veterans, gay. 4th of July, gay. We don't do it.
Not the holiday. 4th of July rules.
Yeah, no, not the holiday. The holiday rules. The parade, gay.
Yes.
In my hometown, and this would probably dox me, but it's funny anyway. There was a guy who owned a car dealership. It's closed now, but there was a car dealership in my hometown, and the guy who owned it, like hometown hero, celebrity kind of guy, because he's just like the guy who runs the business that a bunch of people in the town work for,
Yep.
would paint himself red,
No way.
and wear a Native American headdress, and he was a very white man, and he would ride on a horseback through the town parade on the 4th of July every year
Okay.
until he died.
Holy shit.
Well, well past the point where it was okay, but everyone was just like, "That's the guy, and he's old and crazy,
Yes.
and no one's gonna tell him no."
Correct.
But 2003,
Yep.
white business owner riding dressed as a Native American, and I mean like headdress and a loincloth, and the rest of his body is painted red.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, back on track. We don't do parades. No one was asking for it. So he did it anyway, and it was very, very bad. My thought about it is he wanted a dope parade because like 2 days later is the G7 summit, and he basically wanted to show his dick in front of the world leaders and be like, look
Okay.
at America. Look how fucking dope we are. Look at our
Yeah.
military. And then it flopped. I think they had expected 250,000 people to show up, and less than 100,000 showed up. And it was just like dudes in uniforms walking down the street. You watch these North Korean parades, and they are fucking lockstep, to the millimeter. They are in uniform.
Yes.
They are in formation, and we just have dudes trotting down the street.
No tanks. Nothing. Nothing crazy.
Tanks, yes, but old ass tanks. We don't have tanks at the ready to be put on the street, and our streets aren't made like North Korea. They pave a specific road for military parades. Fucking random street in Washington D.C. cannot have a tank on it because the tanks are too heavy and they fuck up the road. So they had to use light tanks, old tanks that we don't actually use in war anymore.
Correct.
And then put rubber treads on their, whatever you call them, big rubber pads on their treads so that they were gentler on the road.
Correct.
And then it looks lame. Then it looks like you're if you've ever played like Civilization, where you don't get you fuck up on the technology tree and you don't get an advancement you're supposed to. Looked like World War II technology, where you're like, this doesn't look cool at all. Yeah. Takeaway.
5,000 people.
Yeah, 5,000 people, really shitty. No one was there. America looked ass. Our whole military looked ass. Don't do parades anymore. That's the last parade.
The furries come out.
The furries?
The furry people that are in the Navy
yeah.
and stuff.
Honestly, that would have been way scarier. If you're trying to intimidate people, you're like, yeah, we have guns and we have these fucking crazy people.
Exactly. We got these fucking lunatics. These shooters are on our side this time. They're on our side. They were keeping them away from school. They drive all the fucking drones around and bomb people, though.
You want us to start exporting this?
Just yeah.
Keep talking.
Russia and North Korea have that spray on kill gas. We have this. This will be right in your face, and it'll slowly take over your country.
Oh my god, that would work so good.
Can't do anything about it. Your country just slowly gets gayer and gayer and softer, and then boom. They're taking over Marriott's. Next thing you know, Marriott's and Hilton's, blocking floors off, blocking ballrooms off. Just fucking everywhere. Can't do anything about it.
Nope.
Oh, so I got 26 minutes left of the Ocean Gate documentary on Netflix. Really good. Huge.
All right. So what's going on with that?
Just at the part right now of the live videos of them taking the Titan down and going 3,000 meters, and it's just sounds like someone's hitting it with a baseball bat outside.
They're like, nah, that's good.
Yeah, basically. You see the guy Stockton rush inside. He's like, "Oh shit! Oh shit!" Then he gets up because it's like in his test dives where it's just him. But then he gets up. There's like a whole crew, obviously on
Oh, hold on. I think Shane wants to say something.
Oh,
No,
Shane?
never mind.
Shane Gillis Tires season 2. No, he's on the phone actually right now, but he is on the podcast, guys. We can't put that in the episode title. It's going in.
Yeah, we did the tires plug. Do you want to? No, all right, he's still on the phone. All right, keep going. Sorry, sorry.
Tires 2. It's on Netflix and go check it out. But yeah, the Stockton Rush. Then he comes up and he's such an arrogant narcissist that he acts like nothing happened when he gets up to everybody. They're like clapping. They're like, "Yeah," and he's like, "How about that? That was awesome." And it's not like he can just hear it because they have like sonic microphones throughout to hear any cracking and like get patterns of it. And then it shows it, and it's just like one. It's at it's at like 300 meters, and it's popping like crazy already. And then he gets down to like 3,000. They're just going through the fucking roof. And that's where I'm at right now. I'm about to. He's fired a bunch of people so far.
Yep.
That I'm getting to the juicy side of things. I'll finish it tomorrow night, but very good.
I mean, that is crazy how much like a confident rich person could just make you override your like. That's clearly a bad sound.
That doesn't sound too good. Shit.
Nope, that's just the fiberglass settling.
That's what he said. It was seasoning.
Seasoning.
The carbon fiber seasoning. No, brother. So, what'd you think of the Osama bin Laden documentary, though?
I thought it was great. Not how I remembered it, but
that dude that killed him was super into telling the story.
Oh, dude, that dude.
Is it the guy that came to the Fenway and talked to me?
Probably the ginger.
Probably.
Yeah. I fucking shot him in the head.
Yeah, that dude could not have been more psyched about that. I forgot that
I'd be psyched.
Yeah.
I think he's a liar, dude.
I don't think so. I've listened to his story on Mad. It's the same exact story, word for word.
Yeah, he definitely. I mean, I'm sure if they were like, "Here's your fake story," you practiced it like a million times. I thought it was cool that they like built a bunch of like fake houses that they had to raid.
Yeah,
they did drills, like 100 drills. That's pretty crazy. I thought it was. I mean, I'm not judging because you got to do what you got to do. I do think it was fucking crazy that he was like, yeah, first thing we busted through the door. His 14-year-old son was there, shot him in the face up the stairs. I was like, holy shit.
I love that.
I was like, I get that you couldn't. I get that a 14-year-old kid could definitely fight back.
Oh, yeah.
And also, if he alerted the family that you were there, you were fucked. So, like, yes, you had to do it. Get that. You don't have to celebrate it. You don't have to be psyched about it because that kid did not choose that. But anyway, yeah, he couldn't have been more happy about the opportunity to shoot a 14-year-old kid in the face. Gets Osama, which is great. I had completely forgot that we just tossed his body over the side of a boat.
Yeah, what was the stipulation of that? It was just like going to be rotten by the time or something?
I think they didn't want it to be.
Oh yeah, they didn't want people to go to it.
Like if there was like a place, then people would go there, or even just like that his body was in America, people would try to. It's like, yeah, I honestly don't actually get that, but whatever. Yeah, it was sick.
Warren and stuff he had on his compound.
Oh yeah, terabytes or a bunch of VHS porn, and then like a bunch. Yeah, that's.
They did give him the benefit of the doubt, though. They were like, these computers are recycled, so it doesn't have to. It could have been somebody else's that had it before him. They gave him a good out.
Yeah, you can be respectful.
Yeah.
You don't want to disrespect the guy who did 9/11.
They were still giving him respect. Yeah, respect.
of the porn that we were able to see, none of it was apparently gay. We didn't watch all of it, but it appeared that he was mostly or entirely into straight porn.
All super
Uh,
straightforward. Tons of
most
basketball, tons of NFL.
mostly Latina butts. Often some white milfs. I would say 80 to 90% of it was white milfs and Latina butts.
All valid, all really valid, good stuff. Yeah, a ton of straight stuff on here.
Mostly Gonzo style, so you didn't see any of the man in it. Some people think that's okay, but isn't it kind of gay when you're watching a dude fuck a woman?
Guy loved the Colorado Rockies, big into baseball, very straight guy. Just letting you guys know that. Very, very talented at what he did. Besides of the whole Al Qaeda stuff, very talented artist. I love that they were like, yeah, here's our interview from 1996 with him.
Oh,
It's just like, what the fuck? Just
yeah.
in a
Oh,
cave, and he has like AK-47. What the fuck are
actually,
you doing?
yeah. So more is coming back to me because I did watch it a while ago. We didn't talk about it last week, but the craziest part of that I don't think I knew was that there was like they're like interviewing the people at the CIA and then she's like, so yeah, when I was 20, the FBI, the CIA came to my school and they said, "Oh, you were the president of a sorority?" And I was like, "Yes." And they're like,
Yes.
"You want to be in charge of the CIA terrorism task force?" And she was like, "Ooh." And so like me and my 5 girlies, we were investigating Osama bin Laden. I was like, "Damn, I didn't know this." And
Oh
like,
yeah.
you know what? I guess they caught him, so good on them. But they definitely made a point in that documentary to be like, yeah, we've known about Osama bin Laden since like the early 90s, but it was like 5 ex sorority girls who were in charge of keeping track of him, and I guess we just kind of dropped the ball somewhere.
Yeah, we didn't really have too much info besides that. So they kept all the info for themselves.
They were girl bossing. No one thought it would come to this.
I love how he was just in the middle of like a Pakistan, like right next to the west point of Pakistan, and
Yes.
Pakistan's like, we had no idea. He's just in he takes up like half of the town. Like,
Oh yeah, and then the how they found him was like somebody being like, "Yeah, I was in Abbottabad, and yeah, there's just like a really conspicuous house there with like 20-foot high concrete walls and false doors that like no one ever sees the people come in and out of. So uh, we're pretty sure that like probably Osama bin Laden's there." And they were like, "Oh shit." And then like pulled up Google Earth and looked at the compound, and they were like, "Oh yeah, that does seem really like a really weird house for this neighborhood."
yeah, this is giant, with giant cement fucking walls around it. Huh. We never really looked. We never really thought too much about it.
Damn, you live here your whole life and you just never notice the 20-foot high razor wire compound that no one comes in or out of, except for one bike messenger.
Yeah, I just wish that everybody could have witnessed the moment where everybody in the house was like, they're like, what the fuck? Because it shows people tweeting, like people are just like in that little Pakistan town that were like, what the fuck's up with the helicopters? And then them probably in the house being like, oh, the Pakistani military's flying the helicopters, and then they hear like a commotion with one crash into their yard, and then they hear the gate open, and they're like, oh shit, it's American people. They're like, oh
Oh
fuck,
fuck.
oh fuck, fuck. Worst possible scenario right now, guys. We got to get up to the third floor. Oh my god. Holy shit. It says that the older son was like, "Oh, the Americans are coming," and he ran upstairs.
Yep.
It's like, "Oh, brother, it's too late. How about that? How about that, my dude?
Yeah. You ain't.
They're coming in with fucking night vision and red dots and shit on their fucking
Yep.
guns. No match, dude. Just got smacked."
Oh man, if they lost him there, imagine that.
Probably did. She's probably down with Hitler in Argentina.
Could be. Every now and then, a conspiracy theory pops up where they're like, "Is this a shaved Osama bin Laden in Houston, Texas, right now?"
Is this Osama bin Laden or is this just a Pakistani person?
I mean, how would you know?
Is this Osama bin Laden or is this just a sheik?
Then they hear just a blast shake the front door. They're like, "Oh, fuck! It is really the Americans."
Oh, you know what? You know how we were talking about how Zins aren't addicting? I still stand by that, by the way.
However, to
However,
follow up,
the other day at work, I was throwing one in and I got validation from like a 21-year-old bro who was playing. Came up to me. He's like, "Bro, what are you ripping right now?" I told him it was Cinnamon Zins and I asked him if he wanted one and he told me no, but he said it was a great call.
Okay.
So, Zins, cool. Very cool. Not addicting, just very cool.
Just
I'll believe you.
extremely cool.
Think everybody should buy them. Get Jerry's stock up so he can continue to not have a job.
Oh, it's so sick.
You could get
Very
addicted
cool.
to Zins, Jerry.
What?
You could get addicted to Zins while you're unemployed.
I guess.
Yeah, you should try them.
I mean, I did spend 20 years trying to quit cigarettes, so that sounds like a dope idea.
Just try them, dude. They're not addicting.
Seems.
I'm telling you right now, you could try like 10 of them. You could do an entire can and then not buy them again. I guarantee it.
I believe you, but why would I do that? Other than that they're delicious and everyone should buy them.
Just for the sweet nicotine rush, dude. You know what it's like after a hard day of work, throw in a nice nicotine
I
rush
haven't
and
worked
just
hard. I haven't worked hard since like
Oh, you're
2011.
spanning out the Karen Reed trial. That was hard work.
It was hot. I definitely got fucking hella sunburn on my neck that day.
Well, that's it, guys. Have a
We
great
did it.
Thursday and enjoy it.
Yep.
Stay classy.
Goodbye.